camera, and action. This is Shorts in Shots on R2 TV, and I'm your humble host, Eloise. Now, as you know on the show, we'll be having a director, and he'll be coming in shortly to tell you about himself and his short film titled Blink, a movie that actually blew my mind away because when I watched it, I went, wow. The film was actually really good, and for a short film, he did a marvelous job. But I won't be telling you much because he'll be coming in to give you all the juicy stuff about himself and the movie Blink. So you guys shouldn't go anywhere because this is still Shots in Shots on R2 TV, and we'll be back in a blink, guys.
My name is Tolu Ajayi, and you're watching Shorts in Short. My name is Tolu Ajayi, married with 3 children. I'm a creative professional. I've been basically at all stages of my life doing art and probably art for commercial purposes. Started from when I used to draw and share my comics in class. And right until my first real job, I was an intern cartoonist at Vanguard many years ago. And then thereafter, I did an internship at an ad agency. And then because I studied English, I used to write commercials. And I graduated with a degree in English language. I studied English, linguistics, and performing arts. Then I went into advertising as a writer. And then I was touring the departments, and I was then put into the production department where I met Mr. Greg Odutayo. And then, I was I could do corporate then, and I learned basically production. And production kind of stuck. So I was writing production, and basically I've been in corporate, producing documentaries, corporate films, TV commercials, local, international, and that's what I've been doing for for 17 years, thereabouts. Corporate is a slightly different world. We do things when the client wishes. So I know the process of, within the context of marketing communications, where we take a brand and we try to sell the brand and persuade people to like or do things, to take action on brands, like buy products or take action in one way or the other. And we typically use the typical broadcast principles, filmmaking principles to achieve that. So I've been producing infomercials, commercials, documentaries, corporate videos, essentially. So every now and then, I think perhaps brand films, reality shows. We did Sprite Triple Slam one year and one time with the other. So basically I've been involved in a lot of brand related communications. The story of Blink, okay, it's a bit of a long thing. I had a storyline I was doing which involved a tortured person that had, and it's about when you're tortured by something and you don't really know why. That's where the premise of Blink came from. And because it has a twist at the end, I was affected by what was going on at the time I was conceiving Blink. So I had the storyline in many states. Then what nailed it for me was, many of you may know the story of the banker that got stabbed by her husband. The parents lived 3 houses or four or five houses down from mine. So they put the poster of I think the funeral or the wake or something. I can't recall, but I do recall it was something to do with the funeral. And they put the poster up on my gate. So at this place I was living then in Lagos, I saw it and everything just fell into place. That the reason for the torment was for something he had done, which was something very vile, and it was replaying in his life. Because there is a concept of hell, where hell is really a revisitation. If you read about those things. There's a concept of hell where hell is not necessarily fire and brimstone, but it's your crimes on a loop. So everything is being replayed. So for as many sins and crimes you've committed, it's played back on a loop. So that's why you keep experiencing for eternity. So that concept is something I also try to introduce. One of the things I did when I was doing Blink was I said three things most people are afraid of. Things like fear of confinement, fear of drowning, sudden death, and the fear of altered reality. So we structured those three: altered reality, when you're seeing something that's not supposed to be there, and fear of drowning. A lot of people don't really like water. So and I felt those were really poignant ways to grab people's attention, to drive some kind of empathy for the core character. It's difficult to describe Blink. It's like a psychological thriller. The story of Blink came to me in many ways. Blink is a composite of fears and how it relates to the subconscious things that happen to us. So Blink is really, for me, a study, of how subconscious things affect us in real life. I shot Blink over 8 months, and the reason why was because I was busy, and I was also doing it as my weekend project. So I usually did it with my friends, and when I had money, when I wasn't taking care of other things. So I'll just basically say, okay, this is what we're going to do with this scene. But Blink was very well planned. We planned all the scenes, especially the effect scenes. So we planned how we were going to do it, and we went in there and we executed. Then we stopped again, then we cut it together and okay, next sequence. I knew I was shooting the underwater sequence first. As it so happened, I got all the information I could get. Then DME, the lead, and we started going to the swimming pool because what I needed DME to do was to be able to hold his breath for a minimum of a minute. And so I swim a lot, but we started training together and getting his breath up to like a minute because we needed to shoot the entire sequence and finish it in 1 minute. Then we now do several takes. So when DME was like up to snuff, as in breath holding wise, and what he was doing is also, let me bore you with the details. DME had to hold his breath in a slightly different way because he had to exhale so he could sink. If he held his breath by the way, he would float. So, and because he was supposed to be tied to the chair, he had to exhale. So I'm giving you the secrets behind the film. So DME had to learn how to hold his breath by exhaling, which was pretty difficult. So he could stay in the chair at the bottom of the pool. Then we went and we filmed. We filmed it in the health club that I use, and we filmed it over 2 days. Even though we booked 3 days, we did it 2 days. The first day had great sun. Second day, no sun, because we didn't have a budget for many HMI lights, and I also didn't want there to be any kind of electricity near a pool, which is instant death. So we decided to use natural light. So we did the swimming pool sequence first, and months after, we now went for the car crash sequence, which was also pretty planned. It's my car. It's the car I drove here, so it's still very much on the road, and we covered the accident with 5 ways, 5 different shots. So we could keep using it. We shot interior of we shot first the car that was going to hit coming towards the car. We shot the car, plates and plates. If you know how the process of special effects, we shot plates of that. Then we shot additional angles of the same accident. Then we now went inside the car and we shot the reaction, to the accident. They should prepare to have they'll be thrilled. It's a thriller film. It's a layered film, and they shouldn't get too disturbed about it. It's just it's all internal. Everything is taking place within someone else's consciousness. So no one should be too unnecessarily alarmed. And as you can see, I'm quite a normal person.
And we are back, guys. This is still Shots in Short on R2TV, and I'm still Ilose. Now, you probably enjoyed the interview with Mr. Tolu Ajayi. Fantastic man, that is. And he's also a family guy, like he told you. Now, Blink is his movie, and that movie was shot in under 15 minutes. Now, as he said, it was shot in 18 months, in 8 months rather, and the movie is just absolutely marvelous. The effects in the movie, the lighting, everything about it, the spectacle, and the fact that the actor actually held his breath underwater. But I will not give you all the juicy details yet because I will follow his steps and keep you on suspense. So keep on watching because we'll be bringing Blink to you in a bit.
My name is Tolu Ajayi, and you're watching Short in Short.
Good morning, Dr. Lighton.
Good morning. How was your night?
It wasn't pleasant. I had another episode. I don't think the drugs are working. They're getting worse.
You need to have some patience. Antipsychotic medication takes time, and your symptoms are still yet to be diagnosed. Are you having any symptoms?
Hello?
Hello?
Please, please help me. Please help me. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's going to be alright.
Oh, he's supposed to do that.
I know, Ma. It's just... He's so young.
You don't recognize him?
Oh! He's the guy I saw in the newspaper. He had an accident with his wife and she died. They looked so happy together.
Not entirely.
You mean it's not true?
Well, we know better. The cover story is an accident, but the wife's autopsy reveals a totally different story.
See what you made me do. I'm going to teach you a lesson that you will never forget. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright.
Why is he here? Shouldn't he be arrested?
Maybe. The worst kind of monster is the one whose father holds political office and whose mother owns a hospital.
He's the same.
The same. You check the logo if the spelling confuses you.
But this is not fair. What about the girl's family? I mean, we can't just...
You're a nurse. You're not a police officer. You're not a lawyer. You're not a judge. And you are not God.
I'm just saying, man, that...
We are here to help him heal. We do not judge. Professionally.
But ma...
The fact that we don't judge, that is not to say there is no judgment. Look at him. Right now, he's in a coma, dreaming about God knows what.
Help me.
There really is no rest for the wicked.
The objective should not necessarily be to improve on Nollywood. I think the objective is to have a story and tell your story. And if you don't have the resources to sustain telling your story, for long enough, then go the short film route. And the short film route at least enables people to listen to you and they say, "Oh, this guy knows what he's doing." So whatever I think works best. If you can go ahead and make a feature, you have the resources to make a feature with your first time, go for it. I think the objective should be, let me tell the story the way I want to tell the story. I think that's what I tried to do with Blink. I wanted to tell the story based on some of the films I'd seen. I mean, the stuff when I was growing up, Jimmy Odumosu, I talk about Nigerian filmmakers, and I'll always love Tales from Unexpected. So that genre of filmmaking is one I actually always wanted to represent. So tell the story the way you want to tell the story, and if you can articulate it really well, it will be Nollywood. I mean, none of us can get away from being Nollywood. I say better than Nollywood. You are Nollywood. We all come from Nollywood. We essentially all are. Give or take, every director has disappointments with the process. I'm just glad that the film has been well received. Is it exactly what I wanted? No, because there are compromises you make. So it's not exactly what I wanted, but it's what I've conceived and given birth to. So it's out there now. I can just say, I'll tell you in 4 words. I think, everything is going to be all right. That's all I can do to summarize Blink. I'm making Blink into a feature. So what I would definitely will do in the longer version of it, that's hopefully properly funded, would be to take less compromises. So when Blink the Future comes out, you probably see a much better version of the story. It won't be the same story because there's a Blink universe now. So it will not be the same story, but it's going to be in the same genre as the short film is. You can follow me on my website, toluajayi.com. Check me out on Facebook, Tolu Ajayi, and also on Twitter, Tolu Ajayi. Hi, my name is Tolu Ajayi, and you're watching Shorts in Short.
Wow, talk about a movie. That was awesome, off the hook, out of this world. I don't even know the words he used to describe that short film again. And I'm so happy that he has plans on making this a feature-length film because I can't wait to watch the film in feature-length. Anyways, that was Blink, and I'm pretty sure you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, or even more than I did. And you guys know we always want your comments because they are important to us. So go on our Facebook page. It's at my R2TV. On Twitter, it's at R2_TV. And our YouTube channel is at R2TV. Leave your comments. Tell us what you think about Mr. Tolu Ajayi and his movie Blink. And I hope while you were watching it, you didn't blink. And just in case you missed it, yes, you can always go on our webpage. It's r2tv.com/shorts in shorts. You see the movie and you see his interviews. You can watch that. Tell us what you think about it. Yes, because your comments and your views matter to us a lot on the show. This is all we have for you today. Unfortunately, we have to go because I don't want to go, but well, we have to. Till I come your way next time, I'm still Iloise. This is still Shorts and Shorts on R2TV. And you guys should have a wonderful day. See you guys next time.